Enzo Recto, kalaban ang katiwalian at kasinungalingan, kakampi sa katotohanan at kabutihan.
Tila mayroon ng basbas itong si Marcos Jr. Nasampahan na ng kaso itong sina Digong Duterte at iba pa. Dahil ayon sa kanyang sinabi na pinapaubayan na niya sa tanggapan ng Department of Justice ang pagproseso ng kaso laban kina Duterte. Dito po natin mapapansin na walang pagpipigil o pagtututol man lang itong si Marcos Jr. sa anumang mangyayari kina Duterte, di ba? So, ang ibig sabihin nito, pinapaubayan na niya ang kaso sa DOJ at nagbibigay na siya ng pahintulot para kasuhan ng tuluyan itong sina Digong, Bato at Bongo at iba pang sangkot sa isyu ng EJK. Anyway, panoorin na muna natin itong talumpati ni Congressman Barber sa Kamara na kung saan nirekomenda nitong kasuhan sina Digong at iba pa. At maipasa ang mga dokumentong naikalap nila sa Department of Justice.
The Quadcom likewise recommends the filing of appropriate charges against the following. Number 1, personalities linked to the illegal, particularly those implicated in the seizure of 360 kilograms in Mexico, Pampanga, Kai Meng alias also known as Willie Ong, Yang Jiazheng also known as Eddie Taiyang, Mayor Teddy Tumang, and all the incorporators of Empire 999. Number 2, perpetrators of crimes against humanity under Section 6 of Republic Act 9851 or the Philippine Act on Crimes Against International Humanitarian Law, Genocide, and Other Crimes Against Humanity. Former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, Senator Roland Bato de la Rosa, Senator Christopher Lawrence Bongo, former PNP Chief Oscar David Albayalde, former PNP Chief Debold Sinas, Police Colonel Royina Garma, Police Colonel Edilberto Leonardo, and Hermina Muking Espino. Number 3, the co-conspirators in the murder of Chu Kintung, Li Lanyang, and Wong Mengpin, the 3 Chinese nationals killed inside the Davao Penal Prison and Penal Farm on August 13 of 2016. Former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, Police Colonel Royina Garma, Police Colonel Edilberto Leonardo, SPO4 Arthur Narsolis, and Superintendent Gerardo Padilla. Number 4, individuals involved in the murder of General Wesley Barayuga, Police Colonel Royina Garma, Police Colonel Edilberto Leonardo, Police Lieutenant Colonel Santi Mendoza, former PNP Officer Nelson Mariano, PSMS Jeremy Tox Kausapin, and 1 alias Loloy. Moreover, Mr. Speaker, further investigations should be conducted against but not limited to the following individuals. Number 1, personalities implicated in the illegal in relation to the revelations provided by resource persons Jimmy Guban and Mark Taguba, Representative Paulo Duterte, Councilor Nilo Abilera Jr., Mr. Paul Gutierrez, Mr. Benny Antiporda, Mr. Jojo Bacud, a certain Tita Nani, and Mr. Allen Capuyan. Number 2, personalities identified to be involved in the illegal drug trade during the course of the legislative hearings: Hong Mingyang, also known as Michael Yang; Wei Xiong Lin, also known as Alan Lim; Charlie Tan, and Mr. Sammy Uy. Number 3, personalities involved in POGO-related illegal activities: Attorney Herminio Harry Roque Jr., Catherine Cassandra Leong, Go Waping, or also known as Alice Leal Go, Yang Jian Sin, also known as Tony Yang, and Hong Jiang Yang, the younger brother of Tony Yang and Michael Yang. Mr. Speaker, our work is far from over. The Quad Committee's progress thus far is a testament to what we can achieve when we confront corruption and criminality with courage and resolve. However, it also underscores the magnitude of the challenges we face. This is a defining moment for this Congress, Mr. Speaker. It is an opportunity to uphold the rule of law, protect our nation's sovereignty, and deliver justice to those who have been wronged. I urge my fellow legislators to give this report the attention it deserves and to support the proposed measures that will ensure these injustices are never repeated. Together, let us take the necessary steps to restore faith in our institutions and reaffirm our commitment to the Filipino people. Maraming salamat and Merry Christmas, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much.
Yan po mga kabunyog, narinig po natin ang rekomendasyon ng Quadcom sa pamumuno ni Congressman Barbers na tuluyan ng kasuhan sina Digong Duterte, Bato at Bongo at iba pang naging involved sa issue ng AJK. Ngayon, panoorin naman natin itong balita na kung saan sinabi ni Marcos Jr. na pinapaubaya na niya sa kamay ng Department of Justice ang pagproseso ng pagkaso laban sa mga Duterte.
Ipauubaya na lang ni Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos Jr. sa Department of Justice kung ano ang gagawin sa rekomendasyon ng House Quadruple Committee na kasuhan sina dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte kaugnay ng War on Campaign. Sinabi ni PBBM na DOJ na ang bahalang tumingin at tumimbang sa bigat ng nakuhang testimonya sa 13 pagdinig ng komite. Tiwala naman anya siya sa kakayahan ng ahensya na gumawa ng tamang desisyon sa usapin.
The DOJ will look at it and see if there are it is time to file cases, what cases to file, how to produce the evidence that we will need to actually build the case up. So titignan pa yan, marami pa kailangan pa i-assess na mabuti kung ano yung maaring maging kaso, kung tama ba yung direksyon ng rekomendasyon ng committees from the House.
Pag-aaralan ng mabuti ng Department of Justice National Prosecution Service ang lahat ng dokumento, ebidensya na i-elevate ng ating Quadcom doon sa kanilang committee report that could possibly implicate people on crimes for humanity and international humanitarian law. Meron na po tayong naunang naitatag na task force on extrajudicial killings at nagsimula na rin po itong pumalak ng ebidensya at i-consolidate po natin lahat ng ebidensya kasama nitong bagong committee report dahil dito po sa Quadcom hearings ay marami pong mga importante at mahalagang impormasyon, pagsisiwalat at ebidensya at mismong pag-amin na posibleng pagsimulan ng mas malalim pang pagsusuri at pagkalap ng ebidensya. At we will, if the evidence warrants, we will proceed with the filing of cases through the National Prosecution Service. But we assure everyone, kami po ay nakakasiguro na hindi po kami magfa-file ng any harassment case. But when the evidence warrants, pag meron po tayong sapat na ebidensya, we will hold people accountable.
Sir, ano magiging proseso nito? So, darating na dito yung papel, ano po ang mag-case build up, bubusin, paano po yung buong proseso?
Sa bagong panuntunan ng Department of Justice, kailangan po natin magkaroon ng case build-up. At ang National Prosecution Service po ay mangunguna dyan, kasama po yung binuo namin task force on extrajudicial killings na nauna nang nagsimula, kumalap ng ebidensya at patuloy po kaming nakikipag-ugnayan sa Philippine National Police, sa NBI at sa lahat po ng law enforcement agencies para siguraduhin na lahat ng relevant information, evidence at admissions by the parties will be taken into account in completing our case build-up. And if warranted, as I said, if warranted by the evidence, we will hold people legally accountable.
Sir, ano ba? Paano to? Parang the NBI na magpapatawag, may mga sasabina pa, or is it talagang purely yung papel na lang? Kasi nagsalita naman na halos lahat sa
This will be a very extensive case build-up effort. Lahat po ng mga testigo na humarap sa Quadcom, maaari pong isabpi na rin muli ng NBI at kumuha sila ng affidavits formal affidavits para po mas maayos yung statement dahil hindi naman po mabuti na yung transcript lang ang ating isa-cite dun sa committee hearings. Mas mabuti po na meron tayong specific na affidavits, pero yung mga testigo po na humarap sa Quadcom, sila rin po ang posibleng ipatawag. At nakita naman ng lahat ng tao na yung mga resource persons po gave very revealing information and even self-incriminating admissions. So all of this information will now be evaluated and we will do a thorough follow-up investigation and case build-up. And as I said, if the evidence warrants, we will hold people legally accountable.
Pero sir, sino po yung magpapile ng kaso sa NBI?
The National Bureau of Investigation, the Philippine National Police, and any other law enforcement agents who will be doing this work together with the National Prosecution Service will be the ones to file this case. Under the new rules, DC-20, Department Circular 20 of the Department of Justice on the case build-up policy, even the prosecutors will be proactive in coordinating and cooperating with law enforcement agents to gather necessary data so that we can build solid cases. And that is the new policy. No harassment cases, but cases built on solid and strong evidence.
Sir, mako-complement pa rin nasimulan na ng EJK task force? Nag-overlap na ba sila? Paano po ba yung sitwasyon?
Yung pong earlier na binuo na task force on extrajudicial killings, nakapagsimula na po sa magkalap ng ebidensya. At i-consolidate po natin yan kasama nung bagong committee report ng Quadcom. So, pag pinagsama-sama po natin yan, magkakaroon tayo ng evaluation at we will have a follow-up investigation and additional subpoenas to be issued to witnesses so that we will complete the necessary evidence to determine whether this crime of IHL, International Humanitarian Law, or crimes against humanity was really committed.
So, ipapasabay na po ba si dating
we will look into that possibility. But as of now, there are already admissions on record made by the former president, and that is evidence that is admissible because these are all under oath and in a public proceeding.
So, nangyayari pa ba siya? Para lang po maintindihan na po kasi dati
Well, definitely the past presidents, I'm not referring to anybody, all past presidents are no longer immune from suit. Only the sitting president is immune from any legal suit during his term.
Bunyog, bunyog, halikan na kasama ka. Bunyog, kapag buklod ay may pag-asa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, isa ang pananaw. Sa bagong Pilipinas ang bunyog isisigaw.